name is Christoph Irniger, and I'm 39 years old and from Switzerland. And I started to play the saxophone at the age of 10. And basically because I found that the saxophone was looking very interesting. I didn't know how it sounded, but I liked the way it looked, and basically it looked really fascinating with all those buttons and everything. I found my way basically through my saxophone teacher when I was 15 years old. He was at jazz school and he was a young guy and he introduced me to jazz. Later on, when I really decided to go into jazz music, there were a lot of really inspiring guys in Zurich itself. The jazz department was really small. So we were around maybe 20 students, and you can imagine you have for every instrument you have a teacher and then theory teachers and everything. So it's basically more teachers than students. So there were a lot of people around there, but more like cats than younger guys. So we had a lot of exchange through that, and then we started having sessions privately and deal with playing pieces I rarely know, so that was really important. I studied at university. It was called the Jazz School of Zurich. Now it's called the University of Arts, where all the arts in Zurich are together. I was studying in Zurich first. I made a diploma in pedagogy, and then later on I made in Lucerne at jazz school a performance diploma. I didn't knew that I was going to be a saxophone player till I really graduated for jazz school, because before I still have a lot of interests in also other things, and I also was not sure how, or I didn't have an idea about being a musician, and I was also not really into theory or ear training or anything like this. I was just playing. I didn't know really what I'm doing, but I liked it. And when I graduated to jazz school, I really started to work hard and met through school a lot of inspiring people, students such as teachers. My debut was 2007. It was a quartet.
Oh, it was a quartet.
Yeah, it was a quartet, and there was one of my teachers, Chris Wiesendanger. He had a lot of connections also with the New York scene. He was playing at that time with Mark Turner and Nasheed Waits and Ben Street, and he was really important. Like he kind of brought that New York vibe into that scene in Zurich. Well, the scene in Zurich and Switzerland is really diverse. So you have, I would say, the Zurich scene, and also if you go then to Bern, which is only 1 hour away, is really different. And also Lucerne has a really rich scene. They have a lot of exchange with the Chicago scene, and also in Geneva there's a scene, and in Lausanne, because they have basically all jazz departments. And also Basel, of course, they have all these teachers from New York City teaching. But Speaking of Zurich itself, there's I'd say there's a straight ahead scene, and there's also avant-garde and free scene, and a lot of people are also like in between or doing a lot of these things. Pilgrim was founded in 2010. We were starting as a quartet, and it came out of another group called RISS, which was with the bass player Lucas Isera and the piano player Stefan Rusconi. We were playing basically pop songs, but really open and really like with an attitude that everything can happen. And somehow me and the drummer from Pilgrim, Michael Stulz, decided to do another project where we play original songs, and it somehow became to my project, so we started off as a quartet, and then later on became to a quintet, which members are all really close friends of mine. So composing for me is mostly works. I would say it's like hunter and gatherer. So it's like a little bit just collecting everything I can. Sketches. I have a notebook. I have a computer where I can put something in. I record stuff on the piano, stuff on the saxophone. I also write a lot of thoughts in that scratchbook, and at some point I take some time out and just put everything together into pieces. And as soon as I have 3-4 pieces, I start to find the missing parts, like the missing pieces, which make the big picture in the end. And in the beginning, it was sometimes really hard for me to find these missing parts, to put the big picture together. And now, since we're playing so much together, we spend so much time together, it started to be much easier to commit to the big picture. The compositions of that band have a lot of different concepts. So there are some compositions are written out, and some are only a few notes, a few sketches. and it's not only rehearsing, or I'd say it's less rehearsing, it's more talking about the music and trying to find a way how to play it. It's not mainly about what we play, it's mainly about how we play. So my latest 5 records came on Intakt Records. 2 with the trio and 3 with Pilgrim. And Intakt Records is a real gift to the Swiss or the Zurich scene, and they always try to have a mix from musicians from Zurich as also international musicians, mainly from the US or basically New York, and they helped very much to bring my music into the international scene, and of course I'm very happy to be part of it, and also it's great to have them so close, so it's a really personal relationship as well. I do have time to relax, yes, but I also have family. I have 3 kids, and so do most of the band have kids at home. So at some point I decided also to not be one of those musicians always traveling around. I mean, it was never possible to really only live from music, or I was never brave enough or crazy enough to only try to live from music. So I'm really happy to have the family part in my life, which also gives me a lot of inspiration and need to do music. Hi, this is Christoph Irniger from Pilgrim. You're listening to KUCR 88.3 FM Riverside.